Alex Pereira was walking around handing out money to fans yesterday in New York City.
Tirar o dinheiro assim. No, you want to throw, they're gonna go crazy. Se você tira, vai ser loucura. Quer fazer ou não? Right now, we're walking.
Thank you. Só quanto tiver da Alex Pereira. Mano.
Jared Cannonier wants a rematch with Robert Whittaker. Following his victory over RoboCop this past weekend, Jared has expressed interest in a rematch with Robert for his next fight. Jared previously faced Robert in 2020, suffering a unanimous decision loss. If the UFC books the fight, it will mark Cannonier's first rematch in his MMA career. Despite being 40 years old, Cannonier remains determined to make another run at the middleweight title.
I was looking at your record, and I would suggest Robert Whittaker, a rematch with him. Is that something that makes sense to you, or do you have someone else in mind?
Yeah, that's one thing I was thinking. Out of all the guys who I've above me, Robert Whittaker will be I think a more entertaining. One has more entertainment factor. Two, more of there's history because he beat me in that first fight handedly.
Yep.
He lost his last fight. I won my last fight. So there's that momentum contrast there. We're still close in the rankings. There's so many different factors, but yes, I think Robert Whittaker would be a good rematch to be had to help progress my career, hopefully towards the title, because that's definitely what I'm going for. I'm definitely aiming for the top. So theoretically, that would be the one. Yes. Or maybe a Strickland one too. I think Strickland's in the same. I'm both with Strickland in both as Whittaker. So either of those two rematches would definitely be something I would be happy about.
Justin Gaethje revealed that his fight with Max Holloway was the most mentally challenging battle he's faced. Gaethje explained that because he fights in the lightweight division and Max was a featherweight at the time, he never anticipated facing him in the first place. Max ultimately knocked out Justin in the very last second of the 5th round, claiming his BMF title.
What has been your hardest fight mentally? I think the Max fight was a very difficult fight mentally for me because he's a 145 pounder. I had never, ever pictured or dreamt or thought that I would ever fight him. And then when it came along, it was really a mental challenge to get myself there. And yeah, that was a tough one. Also, the Oliveira fight was a tough one. Wrecked my bike 18 days before. Sometimes shit happens and you just gotta fucking go. You just gotta fight through it. Why did you do it?
Alex Pereira is 2 weeks away from defending his light heavyweight title against Magomed Ankalaev at UFC 313. Footage has emerged of Pereira training.
Kill it, finish.
Vamos pegar esse tempo. Põe em cima também, joelho. Joga.
Vai jogando um jetzinho, eu vou chutar a qualquer momento. Porque provavelmente vai querer te chutar lá quando você tá vindo jet, jogando jet lá que você tá sendo mais relaxado.
You get it?
Alexander Volkanovski previews his upcoming fight against Diego Lopes. He feels as though people are writing him off after getting knocked out 2 times in a row. Volkanovski says he's looking forward to proving them wrong.
And then we will peak at the right time. So all the 1%ers. But yeah, Lopes, obviously a dangerous dude. Bit of a different matchup to Ilia. Obviously both dangerous fighters. But yeah, so I'm really looking forward to this one. Very excited. Excited to show everyone. Obviously people are like, he's old, he's done. I hope people are thinking that. Everyone knows I love the underdog story. Everyone knows I love to prove people wrong. I still think a lot of people believe in me and know I'm going to go out there and look great anyway. But for those who don't, you have every right to think that until I change your opinion. And that's exactly what I'm going to do April 12th. So cannot wait for that.
Diego Lopes posted this on X after it was announced that he was fighting Volkanovski for the belt. He wrote, "I have worked like no one else in recent years. I have accepted challenges and dares that the UFC has put in front of me. I have said yes in every situation, even when it was not favorable for me. In less than 2 years within the UFC, I will have my opportunity for the title. I will not fail. Dream, believe, and make it happen. Hashtag and new." Jon Anik isn't buying into the rumors that Ilia Topuria will jump straight to lightweight and challenge Islam Makhachev for the title in his next fight. Anik doesn't think the UFC will give Topuria an immediate shot at the belt. Instead, he expects Topuria to face either Charles Oliveira or Dustin Poirier next. Recently, Topuria called out both fighters. He said that fighting Charles would be the fastest route to a title shot, while a fight with Dustin would be something fans would really enjoy.
I don't believe Islam Makhachev versus Ilia Topuria qualifies. And with respect to Ilia, who I think is one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world right now, I know you think he is the king in many respects, Kenny Florian, right, as a man who 3 times yourself fought for the UFC title. But I don't think with one title defense, even though it came against Max Holloway at featherweight, that he's going to be immediately vaulted into a championship scenario in the UFC's deepest, best division in my mind. I just don't think it's going to happen, especially with guys like Charles Oliveira lurking. So 12% of you thought Dustin Poirier would be Ilia Topuria's next UFC opponent, 14% Charles Oliveira, and then 25% Diego Lopes / other, right? Which could include Islam Makhachev. I don't have any informed speculation here. I don't. But I do not believe that they're going to do Islam Makhachev versus Ilia Topuria. I really don't believe that's going to be the case. So I do think it's going to come down to a non-championship setting, Charles Oliveira or Dustin Poirier at 55.
Ilia Topuria will be vacating his featherweight title and moving up to the lightweight division. Dana White broke the news during a live stream on Instagram, saying that his body couldn't make the weight anymore, so he's moving up.
UFC 314, #1 ranked former champion Alex Volkanovski will be taking on #3 ranked Diego Lopes for the vacant UFC featherweight title. Topuria has felt like he's done all that he can in that division, and he feels like he's cemented his legacy, and his body cannot make the weight anymore. So Topuria will be moving up to 155 pounds and will be vacating the featherweight titles. There is a 5-round co-main.
Ilia's first opponent at lightweight has yet to be announced, although there is speculation it could be Dustin Poirier or Charles Oliveira. After it was announced that he vacated his title, Ilia shared this photo on Instagram with the caption, "Not like us." And that's gonna wrap it up for the news. Thanks for watching. For daily MMA news and content, subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon to be notified when we post videos.